unlike any other in sport. As both teams made their way out of the tunnel, these folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is taken at the 3. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
What's up, UNT? And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength. 924! Check Mike 99, Mike 99. I got it. Ah! Mike 99, Mike 99. Ah!
On first down, it's Watson. And this one's caught by Cameron Brate. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24. And that's where the play began, the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Olivier Vernon brings him down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here.
31! Check Mike 99, Mike 99.
From just shy of midfield, Watson. And Brate, the tight end's got it. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Brandon, lest my eyes deceive me, I think they found a matchup that they're trying to exploit here, don't you? I mean, it's the second time they've gone to him here on this drive.
Yeah, opening drive. It's a tone setter, right? I think they're going to be looking his way a lot.
Yeah, and I think that the way things are going right now, they like him as a featured receiver. Let's see what kind of...
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. A great play there, with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Excellent field position after the face mask penalty. 1st and 10 out near midfield.
Hey, alert, 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 alert. Bravo. Let's go, let's go.
From the gun, Mayfield. That's complete to Demetrius Harris, the tight end. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That's good for 28 yards. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 23.
Exit. 41 to Mike. Check 41.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. An excellent pickup of 20 yards. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Jarvis Landry, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
They'll come out in a 4-receiver look. 3 men to the right side on 2nd and 6. Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Third and long, it's Watson, and that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Beckham. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10.
180. Right there in the middle. 55. And what's the ball?
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Mayfield to throw it. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The Clemson product, DJ Reader, got in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Mayfield now. He finds Beckham complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
And when that field shrinks for those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on third down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
On third down, Mayfield. He finds his target, Beckham. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Browns have taken the lead. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. On second and 11 now. Watson, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, Chubb able to get forward for about 4 as he's taken down. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
They go with Chubb on second down. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Hey, alert 33. Hey, alert, 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 alert.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield looking end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and it'll bring up third down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
It's caught. Beckham. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Hey, Alpha.
Mayfield to throw for it on 4th. And this is caught. He hits Landry. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They only get a hard-fought yard, but that's all they needed. It pays off the decision to go for it, 1st and goal.
41's coming. 41's a mile. Pistol. You better break. I'm letting you know right now. You better break. Mike 41. Here we go.
Mayfield with it once more. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his 13th touchdown of the year and 2nd of the game. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive or no? He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. Following the interception, Mayfield. Caught left side, it's Beckham. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Talk about a big first half. Already has the 2 touchdowns, adding to his receiving total there and picking up the first down.
He's coming off the line so fast. I think he's intimidating the defensive backs with his explosiveness, and he's chipping away at their confidence.
Escaping the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Hey, team 6.
To throw again on 2nd down, Mayfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowler Odell Beckham, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd and short. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Alert!
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. High throw, but the catch is made. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 13-yard line.
You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, wahoo!
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got an open man, it's Rattling. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is.
And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Jarvis Landry with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Seibert on for the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the catch made by Hopkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against them.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Let's go, defense. Our time. 55. 53 to Mike. 53.
From the gun, here's Watson. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Olivier Vernon in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Watson on target here to Fuller. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
It's complete to Fuller. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're going to come to the line here, and it appears trying to go for it on 4th. They are going for it. Here's Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. The first down run with Chubb is going to go nowhere. He's, in fact, going to lose a couple. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. He's going to air one out. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way down to the 26. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 50.
Hurry. Regular.
Here's Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Landry, the intended target.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. To throw on 2nd and 6, Watson. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
53's the mark. 53. Check 53. Don't get nervous.
Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. The final shot before the break, Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. This fielded at the 2. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Hey, alert!
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Point it right.
A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Hey, Delta.
Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him.
Hey, Charlie.
From the gun, Mayfield. It's caught by OBJ. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Mayfield able to get this one to his tight end, Njoku. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half. just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. From a yard out. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory. 3
touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Olivier Vernon has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That's his second sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
And an alley to run. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans get a bit closer. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Did they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the left.
It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 72 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers of reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Well, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. On 1st and 10, Watson. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now a draw play. It's Walker. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Watson from the gun, he'll throw. Going deep here for Stills. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off down at the 10. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. Stills the intended target. The Browns drive about to get started. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, I feel like you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Hey, alert 33.
And that's knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Zach Cunningham, there defensively to make that play. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sione Takitaki coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. To try again after the sack. Watson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. They run it again with Chubb. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down. The Browns on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
On third down, it's Walker. And he's stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a fourth down now.
4-yard gain. It's fourth down.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. Here we go on fourth. Watson. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now, that's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He made his first, this from 47 yards out. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. On 2nd down, it's Walker. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score. They run again with Walker, and he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Come on, QB, come on. Undercrush.
On 1st down, Walker, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
It's a loss of 2. Brings
On 2nd and 12, Watson. And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently, since 2000, Delta O'Neal and D'Angelo Hall.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
at the 46-yard line.
Go, go, go. Check, check.
One touch.
A run for Nick Chubb. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Chubb, and he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. But Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points. Continue